Welcome to Keeping It Not Tied podcast. This is episode number 16. I am Lamont.
And I'm Shay.
How you doing, baby?
Good. How are you? Well,
pretty good.
Good.
I won't complain.
Ain't no need to complain.
You had a good week?
Let me see. This week was a roller coaster, I would say. But overall, I just thankful for health and peace and, all the good stuff, the positive things. But
Right.
yeah, it's been a little weird a week, but we pushing through.
Pushing through.
Pushing through.
All right, so let's just go ahead and jump straight into the topics. I'll try to have a short one today.
Yeah, since we didn't do one last week.
But I saw something, I think it was yesterday or day before yesterday. Shade Room. Shade Room is always a good source of information.
Oh, really?
But did you see it? Their name Nicole Ari Parker, and they had posted something that she had said. It was some sort of maybe a Zoom interview that they were doing with another couple.
With their friends. Mm-hmm.
And she had said something regarding. You saw it?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay.
Did you see his response though? Because he had put something back out there because people were like eating her up, and so Boris put something out after all of that had transpired.
He was trying to say, "Hey, it's not that big of a deal."
Yeah, like it was an hour-long conversation.
Yeah,
and
this
y'all
is
just
a
saw
little small clip. Mm-hmm. Right, but still.
But she said like she wished she was. I'm gonna say she did. Okay, I don't want to like mix up her words, but it was more so like she kind of wished they were like the single part of it, where she missed
the feeling of being
life.
Single.
Yeah,
and I think she was kind of referring to like the courtship,
the courting part
of being in that relationship. Because she said something about walking up behind me, kissing me on my neck, or grabbing me while I'm cooking, or going out on dates and stuff like that. And I think once you get married, and you can kind of lose some of that because you get caught up in the real world and your busy life, and you kind of lose that courtship. And we kind of spoke about that in earlier podcasts about how we try to have our date nights and stuff, and we used to do it like once a month. We go out somewhere different, so you got to try to spice it up when you can. And I think that's the thing is when it comes to
you get like complacent, like because you're not keeping that spark. Like
you get complacent, but you have to be conscious of it, and you have to make that actual effort. It comes natural when you're just courting somebody and you're just dating, because
you're trying to like
you want to see them. I mean, naturally when you're just dating somebody, you're not living together, so you don't get to see them all the time. So you want to go to the movies, you want to go out to eat, you want to do those special things because you don't see them all the time.
Yeah.
But when you live with somebody, okay, you're always in their face all the time, so you can forget about that romance. But
I think too, like when you're first kind of meeting somebody, you know how they said we're dating because you are dating, so you're going out on dates, but you're trying to get to know one another.
Right.
So I think that also plays a part into the whole dating and aspect of like you're going places and doing this and having those conversations and talking and taking those those dates here and there and those little extra time together, but that's because you're trying to get to know that person. So it's going to be more conversation. It's going to be more of getting to know that person. They're
right.
What they like, what they don't like, things like that. What are you compatible? And so I think that part of it is probably too of what she was saying as far as dating, because when you're dating, you're going to go on a lot of dates because you're dating. You're trying to get to know that person. So I think you were about to say something.
But when you get to know them, what's next?
What's the next step, right? You have to keep that spark. You got to keep it up.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying you have to have it has to be a conscious effort to continue to evolve and to do those extra things once you've already kind of,
What happened?
Oh, nothing. I thought it stopped for a second.
I was like, he just paused. Well, you about to say something.
I don't remember what I was going to say, but I was just thinking. I mean, I understood where she was coming from, but then she threw me off when she started talking about like she was like, "Oh, you two, you're good looking people, and you like that feeling of." you know, when you're at work and being flirtatious and
the flirting or something like that.
Flirting and like the freshness of somebody wanting to get to know you. I'm like, that seems odd for like a married woman to say something like that. So you know that you're married, but it's cool to engage with somebody who
flirting or whatever,
who you know that they may like you, or they you know, they have a different motive than what you should have as a married woman.
Right?
So that kind of threw me off.
When she was saying it too.
But it was just strange to see that perspective. I was kind of curious if other people out there kind of had that same perspective, but it just seemed kind of strange for me.
It's the way that how she said it, like
to me it seemed like
I don't know, like he need, or either like, and she's beautiful, so it's like, is he not saying it enough now for her to kind of, you know, like he, you know,
there's a disconnect,
or is it something? Yeah, like, are you not like, oh, you
even
know?
when she said it, she was like, within the past year, I've been feeling like this. So this is like a recent feeling that she's had. So that and it was just funny, kind of just watching him. He was like,
over there, what he drinking?
He was eating some chips or something. He was like I done heard this before. Like, I don't really, care.
Like, and what?
But you can tell like it's a disconnect there. So I don't know.
Hopefully because they're cute.
Yeah. What you got, baby?
Yeah, I saw that.
You got some topics for today?
I had some. Let me see. I had seen. Oh, I know what I had wanted to ask you with because our situation's a little bit more unique with the whole quarantine thing. What, like, with you being a dad, you are working from home, right? And you have the children. What kind of tips, I think, or pointers you can give to other dads that may be in your position? Because I think it's more so like you see a lot of like the moms are at home or both of the parents are at home. But with our situation, and I'm sure there's other people out there we just don't know, you know, but like I am considered an essential worker. So I actually have to go into the office every day. Right. Whereas with you know, like you have the capability and flexibility to work from home, but then you're also with the kids, like doing school and doing all the other stuff. So what I know, like in some days it does get very overwhelming and frustrating. So I be trying to like pick like one day out of the week or something where I can kind of come and, you know, be home to help out a little bit. But like what kind of points, like what are you doing to stay to not be so stressed to kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like what pointers can you give other dads and other parents just for being at home? Like, I think it's Trice's he the one that's
I don't know, it's kind of tough to give pointers. I know everybody's situation is different. But I just know me in dealing with the situation. So I'm working and I have meetings and stuff throughout the day. Some days I don't have any meetings at all, but some days I may have 2 or 3 meetings or whatever. Like today I had 2 meetings. And with the kids, I mean, I'm grateful that, you know, Abel and Titus got 12-year-old and 10-year-old. They pretty much can kind of handle themselves. But their main issue that they may have is, you know, they're doing everything on a computer now, and a website may not be functioning the way it should. Data may not be loading. They're kind of doing things that they typically wouldn't do in a class. It's a new experience for everybody.
Yep.
And so they're like, hey, Daddy, this isn't working. Can you help me understand this? And, you know, even like from a grade standpoint, their grades are good. I mean, they're generally A, B students, but, you know, they've had bad grades here and there. We try not to get on them too hard. You know, when you make 1 or 2 bad grades, but
when it's
we definitely
consistent bad grade.
When it's consistent, we definitely kind of, you know, we're trying to instill it in them that, you know, that your grades are important,
right?
And we want them to do the best that they can. So I think there was a period when, you know, they were getting lower grades than what we wanted them to have, and so I had to tell them, hey, don't guess. You know,
use your resources.
A lot of time they're overlooking stuff.
Yes.
It could be like a handout or something that she told them that they can use, or it could be a link to a website that they can use to answer their questions.
Oh yeah, that was it.
And they don't use it. I mean, you have YouTube. If you have questions, and I told them, come to me. If you don't understand something, I know I'm working, but come to me and ask me. I don't want you just to guess Come and ask me, and then we'll kind of work through it together. And they've been doing that a lot lately. Daddy, I don't understand this. It may be a passage. You have to read the passage, and it's multiple choice, select A, B, C, or D. And it couldn't seem like a trick question. Like, it could be A or it could be C. And they'll ask me, and we kind of read through it together. So I think it's just really just having that balance. And then there's time when they come to me and I'm on the call, and I'm like, hey, hold on, I'm on a call. Give me 20 minutes, and I'll help you out. Go to another question.
Daddy on a call? Daddy gonna get on a call?
Oh, he was wide open today. He was wide open. I had a call.
He was hyper all day today.
And I told him, put your headphones on, because he had the music playing from his tablet so long. Put your headphones on. And I think he put his headphones on. I guess he thought it was okay because he had his headphones on. He just is loud. He just laughing. I'm like, yo, I can hear you. So you just got to kind of do your, but he's the main one I got to kind of pay attention to.
Yes.
Of course, because he's smaller. He's only 4 years old. So, he has work and stuff.
He has work.
That you kind of stayed on me to make sure that I make sure he does his work.
Yes. Because I'm like, did he do his work today? I have to pull it out.
The boys will all go downstairs, do their work. And a lot of times, his work is easier. He's a little kid, too. So sometimes he's playing, and he's a distraction. So, hey, do you need to come up here with me and do your work? Because now they're doing online classes and videos.
Yeah, and they talking to their teachers sometimes, too, on those videos, so he can't be there.
So sometimes you may need to separate them. And again, I think I'm grateful that they help me out in a lot of situations, too. I tell them, hey, can you try some breakfast, make them some cereal. Or when they eating lunch, I make them a sandwich too. So sometimes, or a lot of times, they help me out there too. So I think with dealing with kids, period, you just got to have patience. And I've always been good at balancing things out. So I make it work. It's a tough situation, but I make it work. But they good kids, so they make it easy on me for the most part.
Yeah. All right. I just wanted to just kind of,
throw that in there.
Balance. Yeah, because I know it's been crazy out here. So
it's tough, man. Trying to got to be a parent, you got to be a teacher, and you got to do your work at the same time. Because they're always having issues with those computers. Like, hey, send your teacher a message, let her know that this isn't working.
And that's what I'm trying to tell them too. Like, make sure they communicate with their teachers, because a lot of times, I don't know how other people's kids, but like our kids all the time, they don't want to ask questions. And so I'm trying to tell them, like, okay, y'all can ask questions. Like, you can. They have chats and they have things. You can send your teacher a message and let her know. Sometimes I'll send an email, or, they have like these remind things now in Dojo. So they have all these different little apps and things you can use. But I'm telling them, like, communicate with your teacher. Talk to them. Let them know, like, yeah, I have a question. Chat. Like, if they have a little chat. I told Abel this morning, I had called him before. He was logging on, and they had like I think like 8 or 8:30 this morning, and I was leaving out. And I was like, why don't you just chat in there good morning, just so your teacher can kind of know that you paying attention and, you're here. And he was like, well, she see me right here logged in. I'm like, but, just give that little extra effort so they can know that you're that you're engaged and you're paying attention to what's happening. So, just making sure they communicate. And then as a parent, because I know Titus was saying, and sometimes with his social studies, it's only like 9 kids or 6 kids. And it's just like, I'm like, it could get, that's to me, that's like, a red flag. Like, where are all the 20 something 30 them other children that are supposed to be on this on this video conference with your teacher, and like those kids aren't on there. So it's like, I
know it's hard, man.
It's tough, and it's like,
think about like the single parents too.
Wi-Fi, right?
Because I know that
the daycares are closed.
There's multiple apps that these kids are using, like even parents, like
and then
Class
somebody
Dojo.
Said their grandma. This one day she was like, this. Matter of fact, it was a dad. He had made him. He sent a message, and he was on a dojo, and he said, "Can you please?" He was like, "Can someone so turn it in later, because I'm considered an essential worker. I'm a single dad, and my mom is older, and she's keeping my kids." And he's like, and she has no clue anything with technology. He said, so she can't help. So he was basically apologizing, like, he can't be on the thing. He didn't understand it. So, those unique situations like that, I'm like, God, he's a single dad, and his mom now is watching the kids, so it's all those different types of family, things that we don't even know about, and where that's happening right now.
Like I was saying, because like even with the dojo, like it worked for you fine, but it doesn't really work for me well. So I miss stuff,
And I'm screenshotting, sending you stuff
you
like
got,
that.
Even on the parent portal, like I think it works better for me.
For you,
the parent portal,
because you get like the alerts, and I'm like, why did you get my alert set up?
So it's technology. It's like it's a great thing, but it's sometimes it can throw you off sometimes.
Yeah, and it's trying to make sure they're up with everything. Like I see something like, Titus has 10:30. I'm like, Lamont, did you see he got that? And you like, well, I'm gonna call. Can you
send him a text?
Because they have that phone. Send him a text real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, but just gotta work together as a team. And then with the single parents, just kudos to all the single parents, because I know it is tough. I know it is tough. Like, ooh. So God bless y'all. Ooh.
They're probably getting stimulus checks though, so at least they got $1,200.
I'm so ready for these folk to get these stimulus checks. Like, oh my God. Like, get your stimulus check. Like, please. I'm so like, oh my gosh.
They started getting them yesterday, right?
I think this week sometime. I don't know. Some people getting them. Thank God. Woo-hoo.
Yeah. I'm hoping I get one.
You ain't gonna get one. Sorry, homeboy.
I want 8.3 million, 8.7 million. Like old buddy.
For the millionaire. Oh, the guy.
Yeah.
Right.
I need a bank error.
That dodo. Like, why would you tell somebody?
I'm gonna go right to the bank. I want to take out 500,000 right now, at least.
Like, what? Okay.
He said he called the bank. What? You calling the bank?
Call you dummy.
Make a deposit.
He had what?
A withdrawal.
He had $200 in his account and they deposited 8 million. 8 million basically in his account.
That money would have been gone so quick.
They would have been. You would have called a bank.
They would have been chasing me.
You would have called. You were like, what's going on? Like, something ain't right.
I would have been calling to make a withdrawal.
Like, what is happening?
Can you transfer this money for me, please?
Transfer where? So we're offshore. Up your offshore account real quick. Let me push this on over here. But that's a lot of money. That would have been a good old blessing, though. If he would have just kept his mouth shut. But they would have found it, though.
They would have found it.
They would have found it, yeah.
But that's why I said I would have took it out. And they would have had to chase me for it.
They don't have to chase you because he going to have to pay that back. Whatever he had, if he would have spent some of it, he had to pay that back.
They wouldn't.
I bet that man probably had a heart attack. His heart probably done dropped real quick. His heart probably fell to his knees.
He was a good guy. He called her in. He was a good guy.
Yeah, that was nice. Mm-hmm. Would have been a good old come up for somebody else though.
8 point something million?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
$8 million. But you hear, well, I don't know how true this is. So much stuff going on. I was trying not to look at the media and stuff with all coronavirus issues. But like, I guess the millionaires are getting stimulus checks as well. Did you see that? Like 1 point something million?
The millionaire? No, I didn't see that.
They're getting supposed to be, but I don't know how true that is.
How would they get something?
Right. But I don't know. I guess people are looking out for the rich.
The rich always gets richer. That's how it goes. So, baby.
You have another? Are you timing this? Because I didn't time.
Yeah, I'm timing. So, one other thing I just wanted to ask. I listen to my other podcasts and shows like I always do. I heard a discussion about independence. Like, can you be married and still independent? So do you feel as a married woman that you are independent, that you have independence?
It depends on what you define as independent. I mean, you are your own person. Like, you can, like, I feel like it's a team, but you're still like your own individual person. And I think you're individuals in a relationship, but being independent, I feel, because me, when growing up, I was raised by a single mom. It was just me and her. So she was like, that's how she raised me, to be independent. So meaning like take care, doing stuff by my, on my own for me, blah, blah, blah. And I think that independence it fades away when you do get married, only because it's like you are relying on each other for certain things. So it's not like it's all like you're in charge of doing everything by yourself, because it's a team. So I think like some people may define it as like you can be independent and be married, but then it's like, what do you define as independence? Because I think you can be a strong woman and have your own, you have to have your own goals and your own, your own things that you want to accomplish yourself individually, but then you still have to work together as a team with your spouse, if that makes sense.
See, I think once you get married, you lose the independence.
You think you lose? I don't think you lose it. You think I lost my independence? Because I still have my own. Like, I feel like
No, just because you're an individual yourself doesn't mean that you
like
are
you're by
independent.
yourself. Like, independence is like by yourself, right?
It means that you're by yourself and you're doing everything on your own. No matter what, you'll never be doing everything on your own.
Because you're a team.
Even if you're going out on a special business-related job on your own, you still have me as your support system, home watching the kids or doing whatever. Or it's still at the same time, it's still a team. Our money comes together. We're doing this all together as a team. And it's, to me, when I think of it, I think about it just being a support system, having that support. So when you're independent, that support is only on you. But now that you are married, then you have somebody who's backing you in everything that you need. If it's a question, if you need help with something, just motivation, if it's financial, then you have somebody that you can come to. You can bounce ideas off of. That's that. I feel like that independence. So I think when you think about it, you feel like, oh, I should have my independence. When you just think about it at a surface level.
Yeah, like that's why I was like, when my mom raised me, it was like, so you have to make sure you have to take care, like know how to take care of yourself.
So
like
you were independent before
independent, right? Before we actually kind of before we got married. But you still have your individuality. You're still
an individual.
But it's like those, I see what you like. That kind of, that's why I was like, it kind of fades a little bit because it's like you have to work together. Can you make a decision
on your own without thinking about me?
No.
Besides Amazon purchases.
I should have something to throw at you right between your forehead. Bloop! Right there.
Other than that.
Why you got to bring up Amazon like that? Don't do that. Why you have to do that? See, you ain't have to say that.
Because you don't consult me about that.
You don't talk to me about Amazon purchases? Don't be doing that.
But my point. You understand my point though, right?
I see what you're saying. Yes, baby. And then, yeah. Could
you remember when you used to tell me every time?
Yeah, but like we had, okay, so we.
You was going to get gas. You used to, baby, I'm about to get gas. Baby, I'm about to get this sandwich from McDonald's.
But not Amazon. I just get it.
You just get it.
But you remember, I think we were saying like how if we were spending over a certain amount, we'll let each other know. Like if we're spending over, you remember, like we were spending over $20, that went out the door. But like we was like spending over $20,
that didn't last no
we would let
soon.
But we were doing good though for a little bit. Like
that was
let
a
each
long
other
time ago.
It was a long time ago, but it was like our finances were a little bit more tighter.
Mm-hmm.
But now like when you have a certain way of living, then it's a little bit different. But I feel like I can't.
But you shouldn't be living like that anymore.
But I do have to consult you with, and it's just, to me, it's just a natural thing. Like I wouldn't like think twice. You know what I'm saying? Like I that's what you're supposed to do. Like you're supposed to act, yeah.
And I feel like I do the same with you.
You do? With every purchase you make? You mean every decision?
I'm talking about purchases.
Oh, okay. Every decision you make, you do.
Yeah. So I think that just kind of
can't stand you.
But yeah, so you can be an individual, but
that independence part is kind of like
it to function the way it should. Mm-hmm. If you're married and you're still independent,
then where is like the? What are you about to say?
I'm trying to think because I try to have
some women. I want to like, and men like are I don't want to say headstrong, but like feel like, well, I can do it. Like I got it. I feel like
that's a problem,
right? Because you're not trusting your other half to kind of be like, hey, they got your back, but because you feel like you got to do it all by yourself, and it shouldn't be like that. You're a team. You see what I'm saying? Like some people kind of got that way of, well, I don't need, but you do, because you're in a relationship. You do need that other person. You can't say, I don't need no man. I don't need no, like Well, yeah, you do, because you're in a relationship with them, so you need them. You can't say that. You know what I'm saying? And I think sometimes some people kind of have that mindset, like, I could do it. You know, I got my own stuff. Well, yeah, if you're working hard, you have your own. That's awesome. Like, you have all this by yourself. But then when you get in a relationship with somebody and you combining that together, then you got to let that kind of...
It has to change.
Yeah, you got to switch that. You got to switch gears on it a little bit.
Yeah.
Because that ain't...
So I can see... Just thinking about it, I'm trying to stay open-minded about it because I see my point of view, but then because I know there's people out there that say I don't care, I'm independent, mm-hmm. And I think that is possible to have that perception, mm-hmm. But I kind of feel like if that is your perspective, then your marriage as a team may not be as strong,
right?
Because y'all are not coming together for those.
It's like y'all gonna keep bumping.
It's almost like
heads about it.
It's almost like being on a basketball team, right? You have players. Everybody has a role on that basketball team, and everybody has to come together and do their part in order to succeed and win games. Mm-hmm. If you're one person and you a ball hog, you not passing the ball, right. Your team is more likely to lose because y'all are not coming together. And that ball hog is almost like that independent person. Like, I don't need to go to him. I know he's going to do his thing. I'm going to do my thing. I'm independent. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So, yeah, you can still be successful and have that mindset, but that team may not be as strong. That team could have more issues. Strong team unit or family because something could happen down the road. Wait, why you did what? Oh, why didn't you tell me you did that? Or problems could come along down the road. So you could be an independent person in a relationship, but it might not be as strong of a foundation as somebody who is actually working together with their spouse, talking about all the things that you're working on. Decision making. Exactly. So, but I think that's a good topic for people to kind of discuss at home. Yeah. Discuss your roles in your relationship. Do you feel like it's independent
or you just you're really a team. You got to work together.
Have to be successful. So you want to try these cards real quick?
We can. Let's see. We're gonna do. You said 2 today. Yeah. Because you need to get some rest.
Need to get some rest.
Yeah, get some rest. I'm gonna try to mix them up a little bit. I was trying to put the other ones at the bottom. Look at me like I'm shuffling.
So the ones we haven't used are over there?
They should be in the bottom. I should have put them on both sides. I don't know what side I put them on.
Them all mixed up.
Right, I do. It's okay though. It's cool. Trying to see how to
Just give me 2.
Pick them, because then if you get a crazy one, you gave me them crazy 2 cards or something crazy, and I don't even want that. We're not doing it today.
I wouldn't do that.
Yes, you would. I should have picked my own cards. I can hear you right now, because that's what you would say. I should just went on and got my own 2 cards.
I think you know me so well, don't you?
Yes, because what you would say. I got my little 2 right here.
Don't have a clue.
So we are playing like we have been doing for the past few episodes. The Skin Deep. And this is the long-term couples edition. We've been married for a long time. And we have a little anniversary coming up soon, too, in a few weeks.
Yes, we do.
Don't forget it.
13 long years? Is it 13 or is it 12? Oh, April 12. It was 12 years.
Really?
I feel like 13.
It's 12 years. It will be 12. On what date? What's the date?
May 7th. Tatted on my ribs.
Tatted on my hip. We have matching tattoos, don't we, baby?
I remember, what did I go to the doctor for?
We got matching tattoos.
What did I go to the doctor for? Because this was in Greensboro.
I don't know.
Well, I'm trying to think. What was it? I had to get because you had to get the ultrasound for the baby, and I had to get an ultrasound or something, an X-ray for something.
What? You had to get no ultrasound? What you
I
talking
did, but
about?
I can't remember what it was for. It was on my foot when I had my turf toe. That's what it was.
And they gave you an ultrasound?
Yeah, because they had to check the bone or whatever.
Oh.
And
You had to get naked.
No,
for
it
that?
wasn't. It could. I kind of.
Why you have to get naked?
I wouldn't have had to
for
get.
that?
No, because you had to get. You can't have no clothes on going through the machine.
You had to get like an MRI, like the thing like this.
I don't know. That was a long time ago.
Well, what's your story? Because I don't know what.
But
what
the story was the
lady.
lady saw my tattoo, and she was like, it was May 7th, and she said, "Oh, that's kind of She said that's funny. She said I had a lady who came in here one time and she had a tattoo that said May 7th on her too. I'm like, really? I'm trying to think about it.
Jeez.
I'm like, oh, that was my wife. She had to come here to get a ultrasound. And she was like, really? She was like, I was like, was on the side, right? And she was like, yeah. I said, yeah, that was my wife.
That is so funny.
It was funny. It was the same lady. She said, I've never seen her at a date on somebody's side like that. But yeah,
it's very special.
Very special. So who's going first?
Something y'all ain't know. I'm sure some people didn't know that.
Nobody should know that.
They don't. Nobody should know that.
Ladies first.
Okay. So you want me to read to you first? Or you want to ask me the question first?
Who went first last time?
I don't remember. It was like 3 weeks ago because we have been slacking.
I'll read you the card. You've been saying. I'll read you the card. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. Fill in the blank.
Oh, why I always get those?
You always do, right? The purpose of life is to blank. The purpose of life is to blank.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The purpose of life?
Because a lot of people don't know what the purpose in life is.
The purpose of life?
The purpose of life
is to be, I would say to be like fulfilled. And why I'm saying fulfilled is to be like all the good stuff, like healthy, happy.
For your own self-fulfillment?
Or no, for everybody. Like that's your purpose, to make sure that you're actually fulfilled. Like you're actually
self-fulfillment. You want to make sure you're fulfilled.
That should be your purpose. Like
because the saying is better to give than to receive.
It is.
But you want to make sure that you're fulfilled.
Not like that. I mean, like
I'm just trying to understand.
I'm trying to explain it, like to be good, like to be great for yourself and others, for your family.
Okay.
I don't know, but that's a good question though. I won't want to say just one thing. I want to say more, but it's like.
What's more?
I would say also to make sure that you are, as far as keeping God at the head, like that's your, like to make sure that you are following, doing like God's will for yourself and your life and others as well too.
But if you don't
and
believe
be a good
in God.
example. I don't know about them folk, so I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good question.
All right, you want to ask me now?
I guess. Okay. What's your favorite meal we've had together?
Favorite meal we've had together.
Think about all the meals we done had together. That's a whole lot of meals, ain't it?
Well, I don't repeat, so it's only been about 10, probably think about it.
Repeats?
Yeah. How many times you made spaghetti? How many times you made chicken? So I repeat. Ain't
But spaghetti your favorite food?
Yeah, I know.
But what's your favorite meal we've had together? Think about a meal. It's asking about one meal.
It had to be a meal you cook.
It didn't say that.
Because that red snapper in New Orleans and that rice.
Ooh. That was good. It don't say that.
That was good.
That's the best meal you ever had.
That's not the best meal I ever had.
What's the best meal you ever had?
Probably something your mama made, to be honest.
She be cooking, don't she?
She be throwing
Good
down.
God, that lady be cooking. You know what my mama be cooking?
Neck
Before when I used to
bones?
eat.
With
macaroni and some turnip salad with some hush puppies. And I'm good. Don't mess with me. And some sweet tea.
Don't mess with you.
Good God almighty. It be so good. That's country.
Extremely.
And she made it with her fried chicken. Probably her ribs is probably what you like the best that she could, right? What's your favorite meal though?
Spaghetti, lasagna.
I know spaghetti your favorite meal, but I mean like
spaghetti and lasagna, that's my favorite meal.
What's your favorite? So the one we had together was the red snapper though.
Yeah, that red snapper was smoking.
It was good, though.
That was the best red snapper ever.
You have to try to make that.
You gotta find the
With
recipe.
the gravy. It was, did yours? You guys had a gravy with the rice.
It was the gravy with
I
rice.
sent you that thing. Maybe we should try it one day and see how it go. It was
Oh,
called
okay.
redfish, so they called it redfish.
I have to look it up and see.
That was hitting. That was good.
Mm-hmm.
And that fried rice they had.
Mm-hmm. How have I changed most since we first met? Have I changed at all?
Yes. So I'm kidding.
Besides getting older?
I think you became more mature, more responsible.
I hope so.
Well, you change. That's how you change.
20 years. I hope I got more
I hope
mature.
you have too. Shoot. For real.
I've always been
But
mature.
you've been, I think you have been more, as far as with the marriage part of it, because this is like a married, game.
It don't gotta be about marriage.
Well, it is, it says.
I mean, that last question was about my favorite meal. Yeah.
No, it said favorite meal together, though, with us together. That's a married question. What was my
Not a
question
married
again?
question. How have I changed since we first
You should
met?
have got me off track. How have you changed?
Correct.
But I do know that you have been, I think you have been more patient because you had, like, I think at first, like when we first started, you were super patient. I think because, the dating phase, you were, like it was just young too. And then it's kind of like patience kind of went away a little bit. And then it's like, just kind of growing and maturing and stuff like that in the marriage. And then you became more patient because I know I'm a lot. So I know I'm a lot to handle. I know.
Glad you know.
Yeah, but I think you have, like, you're more, more patient.
Okay.
And more understanding, too. Yeah.
I'll accept that.
Okay.
Moving along.
Mm-hmm. We had this one before. I'm going to ask you another one.
Okay.
Because we had that one before.
You didn't mix the cards up good enough.
I did. It's similar to the other one. But I answered the question. Okay. My eyes were closed. I don't know what it is. Let me see.
Yeah, the cards faced up.
They were like that in the box. Oh, my God.
Did you put them like that?
At what moment did you realize choosing me was a great idea?
That's not what that card
Boop.
says.
Boop. Hey. At what moment did you realize choosing Shamikala was a great idea? That's my government name, Shamikala.
At what moment
Answer it. That's your question.
did I realize choosing you was a great idea?
Yes. What was your defining moment? Like, yes, baby.
Did I choose you or you chose me?
Thompson, don't do that. Just answer the question.
Did I choose you or you chose me?
Don't do that. Just answer the question. You chose me.
I chose you?
Yes, you did.
How you know that? I need you to establish
Can
that
you
part
answer the
before I can answer the
question?
question. Because you might have chose me.
We chose one another. Now answer the question.
Uh,
Let me put these on the bottom because you're going to swear I ain't mixed up the cards. I got to put this back on the bottom. That was a good one, wasn't it?
That's a good question.
You don't want to answer that? Lord help me, Jesus. Time is a ticking.
The moment
I can't stand you.
that I knew
That choosing me was a great idea. That's the question.
not a good idea,
A great idea.
not an all right idea,
I don't understand why you doing this right now.
a great idea. Was choosing me a great idea?
Lamont, go ahead and answer the question.
Was it a great idea?
Cause you want her to take your time on. Why you acting like that? Don't act like you can't answer the question. Don't do that. Over here trying to mess around.
It says the moment. The specific moment or the general time? What does it say? The specific moment? It says a specific moment. That what it says?
Lamont,
why are you not? Why are you not talking back?
Why
are you not talking back to me?
At what moment? It said, at what moment did you realize that choosing me was a great idea? Why you've been on this question now for the past 20 minutes?
Why are you exaggerating?
You trying to think? You trying to buy some time to think?
No, because it's been several moments, right?
Mm-hmm.
And trying to figure out the best way to word it, because I didn't know if, let's say, I didn't know if you were ready, right, to be married, right? Why you always laughing? See, I can't even have a serious conversation. Right.
You don't wait.
Talk because you start laughing.
Well, first of all, you waited about 10, 15 minutes to answer the question. You was laughing the whole time. Go ahead, resume.
So, again. So, the moment that I knew, right? So, I think with me being older and just really wanting to give you time to grow. And again, I think I said this earlier on another podcast, that like I wanted to marry you. I always felt like you were the one, but deep down inside, I wasn't sure if it was going to work. Right?
Right.
So you have to kind of deal with it like, dang, am I going to marry this person and then we get a divorce or we break? It doesn't
happen, right?
It doesn't work out. So it's like you can want something, but you don't know if it's going to last. You don't know if it's going to work. I don't know if you remember. Do you remember like the day before our wedding?
We got into a big argument. We were not about to get married. I remember
right.
that.
I'm like, I'm not doing this. It's over.
Yeah, it was bad too.
The day before.
I
remember calling my mom like, "Don't worry about coming. Don't come. We're not getting married."
You used to be real. Like when you getting mad, like your anger was like through the roof anger.
So it's like, okay.
And mine was too.
So it's like being the day before we gonna get married. It was like, oh my god,
a big old fight.
It's like, oh my god, this ain't gonna work.
Forget it. And we had all this. I mean, we didn't have we actually went to like the just of the peace, so we didn't have a wedding because we wanted to buy our first house, so we didn't even have a wedding or nothing. But just to have like the family we just really had, seriously, our parents.
Your cousin was there.
My cousin, my one that's like my go-to for everything, my Shami, and then my best friend.
My mom's best friend, because Miss Tina
came. And that was it. Like we didn't want like a whole lot of people. We just wanted to be like just our comfort zone, like like the people we trusted the most. That was who it was, and that was it. And it was like, I'm not doing this. Like, no, like it was, yeah. And I had left the house or something. Then I went somewhere. I remember getting in the car on fire. I don't know if I had to go to work the day before or something.
I don't know, because I was actually at work. I remember because that was like one of the toughest days because we had people come in town. And we had like a meeting all afternoon from like 1 to 5. When we got in this little argument, it was 12:55. I was getting ready to go into this meeting. We were fussing on the phone. I was 5 minutes late. I didn't get to meet till 1:05. And so it's like we couldn't talk and kind of figure it out because I was in this meeting from 1 to 5. I remember as soon as I walked in the room, it was like, my man was like, Lamont, you okay? I'm like, I'm fine. It's like, something's wrong. It's all written all over your face. But yeah, so back to the actual.
That was bad.
So that was one of them things like, okay, I'm gonna take a chance because really I don't even know if this is going to actually work. But I know I love you, I know I care for you, so I'm just gonna take this chance and see what happens. And so that's my thing is like, so the question is it's a tough question because I knew at an early point in our relationship that I wanted you to be the one. And a lot of times, like, you know, we just butted heads because it almost like we were too much alike to some degree in some ways in terms of our attitude. And I think a lot of that came from us being, we both were only children.
Yep.
So we had that independence.
Well, I would say only children in the household.
Yeah. Right. And so we all, I think, was just really stubborn, and we're used to kind of getting our own way. And so we just kind of bumped heads on that. So I always felt like at an early age that, you know, that you were the one, but I just had to cross my fingers to hope that we made it through the end. And and we're still standing now after.
So did you have a mom you were like, okay, yeah, I made the right decision? Or you didn't have, you know, like some you like, yeah, that's it. Like, you know, like you was like, did you feel like, okay, I know this is, but you said you always knew. But did you have like this one mom where you were just like, yeah, I know, like,
I think when you,
the one for me.
I can't say a specific moment, baby, but to know that we can make it through the tough times,
yeah,
that's when you know, like, dang, like this is it.
Because marriage is always, everybody think, I guess people feel like stuff is like always
peaches and cream.
Yeah, but it's not. You gotta.
It's not.
Yeah.
Even like I said on the last podcast, when I told you about the tattoo. Like I got that tattoo with your middle name because I knew, okay, job situation changing. We about to move to Florida. We picking up and leaving. We all we got in this.
That's it.
That's when I knew then, like, okay, well, she really riding for me. So that made me get the tattoo to show that. So
okay, I'll take that.
You'll take that?
I guess I'll take it.
I appreciate it. So I think we're good
with
this podcast. It's 47 minutes.
I'm about to say what was.
I was trying to do 30. We done went over. But I guess that's what happens when you have good conversation, good dialogue. So we hope you guys have enjoyed this podcast.
Yes.
Episode number 16 of Keeping the Knot Tied podcast. And so I guess we'll see you guys next week. We're going to sign off. Lay it down.
Yeah, if you need to get you some rest, baby.
Get some rest. Yes. Everybody stay corona free. We'll see you next week.
Wash your hands and stay to the house. Stay home. Don't be going away if you don't have to go.
Stay home.
At home. You can live without it. Stay at the house with your kids and your family.
Yeah, your family.
And your spouses. Don't be visiting nobody.
Nope.
Stay to the house. Be at home. That's it.
All right. Peace. See you next week.